Hi, I'm Rebecca Flaherty, and in today's tutorial we're going to step things up just a little bit with the 5 motif template from the Pattern Maker Canvas Easy Peasy template set in my Etsy shop. If you've been following along in this series, you already know how easy these templates make it to create balanced and professional looking repeats. You don't need to worry about where to place each flower because everything is already worked out for you. If you missed the first video in this series, I suggest starting there. It will give you the full intro before we dive in here. This time we'll be using 5 different floral motifs plus some fillers to make a more detailed flowing pattern. Having a few extra flowers to play with gives your design more variety while still being really simple and beginner friendly. Remember, I've got some free floral stamp brushes you can use as a guide, or you can draw your own motifs to create your own pattern. Let's jump in and create a 5 motif floral pattern in Procreate. So let's bring in our template from the gallery screen. We're going to go to import, and I'm going to use the 12-inch file. If you've got a smaller iPad or a lower layer limit, you can use the 8-inch file instead. So let's open this one. Then we're going to open our layers, tap on this one right at the bottom, come up to our canvas actions, tap on add, insert a file, and we're going to bring in the 5 motifs this time. And you can see there we've got 5 different colours. Each one has 2 repeats, so you'll have a nice evenly spaced out, well hidden pattern repeat on this one. So we're going to start on our draw here first layer, and I'm going to use this stamp to stamp the flowers into each one of these circles. You can draw anything you like in these. They don't have to be flowers and they don't have to be stamped. You can just freehand your own motifs in them, but just for the purpose of showing you how this works, I'm going to use these stamp brushes. So I'll use this dark blue colour, and I'm just going to fill each one of these with a little flower like that. And these are set to kind of flip side to side, so you'll have some twisting that way and then some twisting that way. Then make the brush smaller, use it to fill these shapes in the middle. And it's just the coloured ones we do. You don't need to do the grey ones. They'll be made by duplicating. There we go. Once you're at this stage, we can then repeat this into the corners. And in case you're new to the channel, this one is the 3rd video in this series. So if you feel like this one's going a bit fast and you want a bit more of the why as well as the how at any point in this video, then you could watch the first one of these in this series first, or I've got a complete masterclass into making patterns in Procreate as well, and I'll put links for those in the description. But for now, we're going to press on with this, and I'm going to merge this draw here first down with the sketch diamond. I'm going to duplicate, tap transform. I've got snapping and magnetics on and all the way up, and I'm going to snap this down into this corner here, and you'll see these shapes down there are now filled, and that's how we're going to build out the pattern later. And we can have everything in place knowing how what we're drawing is going to interplay with what's around it. So we duplicate that again, drag it up into this corner there, and then just repeat that into all 4 of the corners, making sure every time that you've got those orange lines there. Then you can pinch your top 4 layers together, and I'm going to invert the colours on those, and then as we work through this we can see what's going on around what we're drawing. We only need to draw the ones with the dark blue. These ones down here we don't need to draw. So once you're at this stage, you can move on into the pattern folder. So I'm going to turn on the pattern folder. This marker is here so that you can add colours from the bottom up. You can hide it or turn the opacity down if it's annoying you, or just hide it, but I recommend leaving it in so that you can easily add layers underneath ones you've already worked on. I'll hide that for now, and I'm going to start by drawing these middles on the flowers. And like we've done in previous videos in this series, I'm going to draw all of the base shapes in white and then add colour over the top so that we can have fewer layers ultimately, because we don't need quite so many shading layers. So let's use the Mercury brush, and this is from the Procreate default inking set. And I'm just going to trace over these like that. And I'll just freehand these. If you want perfect circles, you can draw, hold, and then tap, and that will give you a perfect circle, but I'm going to go for the wobbly with these, I think. And speaking of the wobbly, the reason I'm tracing these instead of just using a ready-made shape stamp to do all of it is because resizing and rotating stamps, first of all, it can blur them and we would lose that nice textured edge. Tracing in place keeps everything crisp and lets us add subtle variations and texture, and that's what makes the pattern feel hand-drawn and authentically human-made. So it's nice to have these kind of wobbly lines as you're drawing. Procreate gives us this access to all these great brushes. It's nice to make something that feels like it was properly made with a brush rather than just stamped and repeated. So that's that layer done. Now we'll add a layer underneath and just use a different colour. I'll just use black as a placeholder, and I'm just going to draw all of these in now. And yes, this is going to take a while, but you know what, tracing and just sitting down and doing some low effort tracing and doodling is so much fun, and it's really relaxing, especially with the nice kind of smoothing that these brushes have on them. I find it really relaxing and soothing just to draw these nice shapes. So just go around and trace over all of those like that. Then we can add another layer and do the same for these smaller flowers. So just make sure you've got the middles and then the petals on different layers. Now we can start adding some colour to these. So like we've done in previous weeks, we're going to add a clipping mask over the base shape and then add different colours over the top. And for these smaller flowers, I'm going to use orange as my primary colour, red as my secondary colour, and I'm going to use the colour changer brush, and then we just go over these and get a nice mix of the two colours there. Each one will be slightly different. There's not a huge difference between these two shades, but there's just enough variation there to make it interesting. Then we can group those together, then make a clipping mask over the top, and this one, I think I'm going to go for a lighter colour with these, and what I'm going to do is use yellow and the orange, and I'm going to make the brush nice and big, and rather than like scribbling full on over it, I'm just going to tap on the top there. What I need to do is make the underneath colour white first. So let's change this base cut, like the colour of these. Let's make that white. Then go back up to this layer. So I've got my primary colour back as yellow, and then rather than, let's just clear this. Rather than just scribbling full hard over it, what I'm going to do is just tap quite lightly with this, and then we get like a lighter version of the colour there as well. You can see this brush has that fade on it, so it's pressure sensitive, so if you just tap lightly, you'll just get a lighter version of the colour there. There we go. Then we will colour in these flowers next. Let's group these together first. Then add a layer over these big black petals, make it a clipping mask, and let's use the blue first. So not with the colour changer brush though, let's use the colour fill brush and colour these two blue ones in blue. So add another layer in between those and then do each colour on a separate layer. That's going to give you maximum flexibility for recolouring later. So let's use this mustard colour for these two here. Add another layer pink for these two. And then these two orange ones will do orange. Then we can group those together. Add a layer above this one, make it a clipping mask, and I think maybe I'll use red and orange. There we go. I think that's a nice mix of colours for those, and now we can do the shading. And again, This is a thing I've covered in more detail in previous lessons, but what we're essentially going to do is we're going to use colour burn for the blend mode, clip it down over the top of everything, and make the opacity 40%, and double tap to get you 50% grey, and I'm going to use just the soft airbrush, and I'm going to add a bit of darker colour to the bottoms of the shapes there. So do that one as well, and then add a layer in between and make this one colour dodge 40%, and then add a bit of lighter colour to the top part there, so it just adds a bit of dark and light. So I'm going to repeat that for all of the shapes on this layer. Group those now, and then I'm going to do that for the petals as well. So over the top of the highest up petal colour, make a clipping mask over that, make it colour burn 40, and then using that grey colour you can just add some darker colours, darker tones in the centre of the flowers there, like that. And then I'm going to repeat that on all of these. Then we add another layer above the top colour there and make this one colour dodge 40%, and I'm just going to use that to make some lighter areas on the top of the petals like that. Then we're going to repeat that process on these flowers as well. So now what we can do is change the background colour. Use this dark blue because I love how it pops with these colours, and we're going to use the bokeh brush, bokeh filler, to make some dots around here. So I'm going to use dark blue for the primary, and I might use this lighter blue for the secondary actually. I used white in previous patterns, but would, oops, I need to add a layer for that one. There we go. Just fill in the dots, the spaces inside, not going over the flowers and not going past the diamond edge, and just use this to do some little dots in there. Then I'm going to use the Padani brush just to add that little bit of white highlight that we've been doing with the other patterns in this series. It's nice to carry the same kind of stylized details throughout a set if you're making a set of patterns. So let's add this to all of them. And then we're ready to build out this pattern. So we're going to start by hiding the sketch, turning off the background colour, turning off the textures, swipe down with 3 fingers and copy all. Then you can put the background colour back on, hide your layers, swipe down again and paste. Then I'm going to just draw a mark going off the corners, like that, and then we're going to use this to fill out the spaces around the edge, just like we did when we were working with our sketch. So duplicate this, tap transform, snap it down into the corner there, and then again with this one, make sure you've got those orange lines, and then do the same in these 2 corners. Then you can merge the top 4 together, erase those marks in the middle, and then on the underneath one erase those corner marks, put the textures back on. So this is, you can see a with and without there. These textures add so much to the pattern. I love it. And then that's our finished pattern, and all that's left to do now is test how it's working and repeat. So swipe down with 3 fingers and copy all again. Come up to the top here, add a layer. I'm going to fill it with white so that if there's any gaps, that white will show through. Swipe down with 3 fingers again and paste. Drag this node up to the middle until you see 1800 pixels there. Then we can duplicate this, tap transform and snap it over to the edge there. If you find that yours is being a bit like picky like that, what I would do, get rid of that, is make sure you've got everything else turned off apart from these layers that you're working with, and then you'll find it will snap really easily. It's because if you've got stuff on other layers that finishes close to the edge, it will also try and snap to those as well as the corners of the canvas. Duplicate this and snap that one into the bottom. I didn't check this one, but I didn't check the vertical seams, but that's looking okay there. There's no white lines there, and the horizontal one is fine. So that is this pattern finished. Don't forget, you can get the exact canvas and templates I've used today in my Etsy store, plus a set of free stamp brushes from the Pattern Maker's Toolkit. The Pattern Maker's Toolkit is kind of like a free Patreon. You'll get a monthly email with creative prompts, seasonal colour palettes, early access to some of my YouTube videos, 10% off in my Etsy store, and a full library of free pattern making resources. It's just one email a month, no spam, and just goodies to help you stay creative. If you like making patterns this way in Procreate, then keep an eye out for my new Skillshare class, where I'll show you how I take the finished patterns into Affinity Photo to automate building and editing the tile, and then we apply them to print-on-demand assets and archive everything neatly on your computer. You can get 1 month free if you're a new member with the link in the description. Have fun, stay creative, and I will see you soon.